Welcome to episode 9 of Coach's Corner. We got Jacob Lefty Marerro here today from Ortiz Boxing. He is fighting March 23rd at Twin River Casino on CES promotion. He's just finishing up his camp. What'd you have, last sparring yesterday?
Last sparring was on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. We want to welcome him to Coach's Corner. I appreciate him coming down here. How's it going, Lefty? Why don't you tell us a little bit about camp and your upcoming fight?
So like you said, I've been fighting. First of all, thank you for allowing me to come out
pleasure.
here. I'm fighting March 23rd at Twin River Casino, Lincoln, Rhode Island. Training camp was great. It was real good. I had to lose 30 pounds for this fight. Sparred a lot of people, sparred a lot of tough competition. Trying to mentally prepare me for this fight. It's been a little while since I've been in the ring, so I wanted to at least be one of the the best version I could be that day. So we just been working a lot of things: speed, angles, head movement, conditioning, a lot of cardio, and a lot of mental training. Because being in that environment, it requires you to have a lot of mental stability. So
you have been out of the ring a little bit. This is going to be your 5th pro fight, correct? Coming in, having to lose that weight. When did you guys start camp?
I started camp. Well, I was already trying to lose the weight early in the year because that was my New Year's resolution.
Right.
So I was already trying to lose the weight, but I didn't really started cutting down the weight for this fight until late January. Around February, that's when I really started going hard with the diet, trying to lose the weight properly too. So we really started doing in February.
Right. So you brought it down as we were talking outside. You're on weight already. Big amateur background out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. I mean, you bring a lot to the table down there fighting out of Ortiz Boxing. Carlos is a great coach, actually now involved at USA Boxing on the board level, which is great with Louis Rosa. Tell us about your amateur career a little bit over there, and tell us how you started with boxing and Carlos, because I know you guys outside of the ring, and I know you've been together a long time. A lot of people as trainers and coaches, they don't always stay together, but you guys have been through a lot together. Tell us about how you started in boxing and how you met Carlos. So
I started boxing at the age of 10, and nobody really introduced me to boxing. I remember just waking up one day, and I seen a post or somebody was talking about boxing. I'm not really too sure, but every morning before going to school, I would look on the computer a boxing gym near me, and everything was always so far. And I remember one day my uncle had told me about Ortiz Boxing Gym, and I was living on the other side of the town, and I walked over there by myself, and I went in and I started seeing everybody shadow boxing. I was I fell in love with it, and I was so young at the time. Coach was telling me that I had to bring my mom, for permission
to fight,
permission to fight. But my mom was always working and all that, so she never really got time to actually fully bring me over there. So he always told me to come back with my mom. So I waited a couple days, and I kept just walking back to the gym. I just kept going back, and every time he see me, hey kid, I told you to bring your parents and all that. So eventually he just got tired. He was like, hey man, just grab the jump rope, do what you got to do. And I remember I jumped rope for the whole day. And then he told me to come back the next day. And when I came back, I jumped rope. I did the same routine. And then he started showing me how to stand and all that, and started padding me up. And there was an older guy from the gym named Federico, and he's watching me. They both watching me do the stance and the fighting and all that. And once they started seeing me, they're like, oh man, this kid's gonna learn quick and he's gonna be real good. And ever since then, we just been rocking ever since. So I remember my first time sparring. I was sparring a coach's son, and I did real good that day. He ended up taking me to Middletown Lions Den, Johnny Callis.
Yeah.
And then we went over there. I sparred one of his guys. His guy had about 5 fights already, and that was my first time sparring. And I remember he was beating me up in the corner, and I got real mad. And I ended up turning around, and I was fighting with him, and I ended up hitting him, knocking him down. And I was so angry that when he fell, I tried to get over him, and I tried to punch him like a street fight, and everybody was like, hey, no. And I looked around, I was like, nah, don't punch him on the floor. And then ever since then, the other Johnny Callis was like, "Hey man, it's gonna be a great kid, great fighter." And coach always just drilled to me like, if you stay with it, that you're gonna go far. And then he ended up being a role model to me, like a father figure to me. And he always gave me great advice. He never stirred me the wrong way. And I always try to listen to him the best way that I could. I always made my little decisions myself and all that. But it's been a great run so far. It's been a great run. We won multiple Connecticut titles, multiple silver regional titles. Went to national a couple times. I remember about 2014, I went to the national silver glove. Was ranked number 2 at the time, and I went back a couple years straight, but I never won like nationals or nothing like that. But we had a great run. Won Junior Olympics. I won Golden Gloves at 2016 at 16 years old. Went all the way to the nationals. Came number 3. And we just been rocking ever since.
Yeah, I mean, look, you guys got a great program over there, and obviously, great coaches and a good team over there. And look, we know amateur boxing. Well, how many total amateur fights did you end up having?
I had about like 69, I believe.
Wow. I mean, today, like, look, I have my feelings on amateur fights and everything. That's a great amount of fights and a great amount of experience, and I know, you guys are put in tough a lot over there. You're not babied over there, and you're brought along, and your training is top notch. What was your decision to go pro? How did that come about? Like, I know, a lot of amateurs, by the time they say, okay, I'm done with the amateur game, I can't go any further. Obviously you had some great experience going to national tournaments, silver gloves, JOs, high-level tournaments there. How did the decision come to become a pro?
So I remember at a point in time that outside of the gym, I was going through a real rough time, and I was so focused on like trying to establish myself with money and all that. And boxing at the time wasn't paying no money to me, and I knew I was good at the boxing, but I faced so many struggles outside the gym. So I started like really like my love for boxing was dying. I was starting to focus on like what can I do next to provide for myself, and I stopped going to the gym for a little while, and coach always try to talk to me like, hey man, stay in the gym, and I wasn't listening at the time. And then he pulled me to the side one day. He was like, hey, like, you got a great talent, and it would be sad for you to waste it. And him, Ricky, my cut man, my manager, one of my other managers, Frankie, and all that, they all pulled me to the side, and they was telling me like, hey, if you really want to do this, and they understand what I was going through, like, let's just turn pro. I ended up turning pro at 19, 2018, and but they told me like, if we make this leap, like, this is a business now. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be on and off like it, like the amateurs and all that. So if you're gonna do it, you gotta be fully committed to it. And those people always like invested so much into me. Always was willing to do anything for me for my career, and they never wanted anything in return. So when we made that decision, I told them that if they were serious about it, I'll give them my 100% also. And in 2018, I ended up signing professional, and I fought my pro debut.
You fought on Jimmy Birchfield's card, correct? In Foxwoods?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I was at that fight. That was, an exciting night for you guys up there. And, obviously, boxing is a tough sport. It's tough for us, not only as coaches, but especially fighters who are trying to provide for their family. So in the beginning stages of boxing, you're going out there, you're putting in a lot of work, and the reward might not be there right away. Where now you had a little hiccup, you were out of the game for a little bit, okay? How did you stay motivated? Because here you go, you start to become a pro, you gain traction, got a little curveball, and now you got to change up a little bit. Yeah. How did you stay motivated, and was it in your mind that, look, I'm coming back to this? I got something to prove still. I know I can do this.
Yeah, I give all credit to my support team. Like, I have a great support team, and they always encourage me to keep doing what I got to do, stay focused and all that. I haven't been in a professional boxing in over 4 years. Like you said, I had a hiccup and all that, and I had to find myself a little bit. And during that time, I ended up finding myself, reevaluating what I want to really do in life, found my purpose, and my purpose was always just to give back to the kids and always know that whatever I do is a possibility for anybody else coming up above me. So with that, I always gave that was always my motivation, and just having my support team, them loving me and always pushing me and all that. I always wanted to give back to them also, because they allowed me to be here in this spot. You know, they pushed me so much. They invested so much time into me, and I see that what I do generally makes people happy and all that, especially where I come from. So that is a great feeling to have, knowing that what I do makes a lot of people happy and gives a lot of people hope. You know, and that's always been my motivation. So during that time, I wasn't fighting or nothing. I always remembered the times that I was in the ring and how I made people feel. And I always wanted to prove to everybody that no matter the adversities you're going through, no matter what life is throwing at you, that you can always overcome anything. You always rise above any situation, be the best person you could possibly be, like without people looking at you the wrong way for a wrong judgment or a wrong choice that you made. So I definitely give praise to all my family, all my supporters, and all my team always being there for me, never judging me, never letting me fall by myself, always picking me back up. And I just want to give back to the people that helped me.
Right. Now, coming out of Bridgeport, you know, it is a tough area, right? So you're navigating through your life, trying to find yourself on a personal level, trying to find yourself back in the ring. Now, we all know fighters have ups and downs every way. I mean, it's part of life out there. You know, at times you're saying your support group is motivating you, but, you know, I've seen you fight. You've worked with our fighters. You know, you definitely have a lot of skill, high-skilled fighter, good ring IQ. And, you know, I know what you can do. Coaches know what you can do who know you in the state and know you in other sports. But, you know, at times as fighters and coaches, there are doubts. You know, you have your own personal doubts. Being away from the ring this long, when you first came back into the ring, was there that doubt in your mind if, say, hey, did I miss a step? Or how hard is this going to be to get back? Because you just didn't turn on the switch, walk back into the gym with Carlson, pick up where you left off. You're a little older. You're not in the shape that you once were, so you have to work to get back into shape. And I know, just like you know, fighters, they're emotional. Their thoughts are, you know, up and down at times. You know, when they're riding high, but when things are tough and they're navigating. So tell me how that, besides your support group, yourself, how did you motivate yourself?
So motivating myself, I had to really come in terms with myself that it's going to take some time to get back to where I was. I remember when I first came back to the gym and all that, like you said, I didn't pick right back up to where I left off at. And it was a little frustrating to me also because I felt like that a lot of people that was boxing at the time I was doing it has progressed to another level and I still stuck. And I felt at the time that I couldn't get there. And I always just told myself that I'm not gonna let nobody take my spot. Like, you get what I'm saying? I always felt like I was a special kid. I always felt like I was special in the sport. You know, I feel like what I bring to the table a lot of people don't have. So I always drove that in my head that if I keep pushing, if I keep working hard, I know I'm gonna eventually get there and surpass where I was at that time. And I just stayed disciplined. And I always remember what I'm doing it for. I always remember that this not about me. It's always been bigger than me, and that really what drives me and kept me motivated, kept me in the gym, and kept me focused on my goal. Like no matter how long it takes me to get there, eventually I know I'm gonna get there, and that's just been my driving force. That motivation, that's what really kept the fire alive. Because I know eventually I'm gonna get there, and I know that I know I'm gonna make a positive impact on a lot of people. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, you guys, like I said, I'll say it again, great support down there. You know, the city of Bridgeport is totally behind you. I mean, that's got to be a great feeling. I was at your press conference. The mayor was there. You know, your family, friends, people there to support you. I mean, that's great to see. And I think as a young fighter, you need that support. But you're captivating a city. You're not just in a little area. You're captivating a city. Do you feel you are fighting not only for yourself, but you're fighting for where you come from and Bridgeport? Or
Yeah, absolutely. It feels good because like me and coach be always talking about it. Like when I be running, sometimes I run through like the neighborhood I grew up in, and
Right.
and a lot of people that knew me since I was young, or people that don't know me, they always beep the horn at me. I have people like sometimes follow me running like shadow box, like, hey, like you the champ, keep pushing, and that's what it makes me feel so good that knowing where I come from and the people that, doing what they got to do to survive, the struggle and all that, they see me, and like I said, they see me as hope. You get what I'm saying? And it feels so good to be that impact on people and show them that no matter where we come from, no matter what they say about Bridgeport, no matter the adversities that they throw at us, that there's always a way. When there's a will, there's a way. With hard work and dedication, that you could always surpass any outcome.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes boxing great. People who are not in the game don't understand that. Okay, there's always adversity. Fighters have adversity. Trainers, gyms, everybody has adversity. All right, I come out of a gym in the South Bronx, Cornerstone Boxing, which was a storefront, okay, where we trained. But you got guys there that are dogs. They don't. The neighborhood, is what it is. But you got to have it in you. You got to have it in your DNA to want to be better, and to have that support out there, I think, is very, very big, especially as a young fighter. Obviously, you're gonna want to fight in Bridgeport one day.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my dreams. Like I know everybody be like, oh, I want to fight the Barclays, I want to fight MGM. Like my biggest thing is to fight in the heart of Bridgeport, one of the Harbor Yard Arena.
Yeah,
and bring that attention, bring all those big time promoters, big time people to Connecticut, to Bridgeport, to show that we have talent. Also, I feel like a lot of people overlook not just Bridgeport, just Connecticut in itself. I feel like
listen, I totally agree with you because look, there is a lot of talent in Connecticut. I mean, just people overlook us in boxing because they say, oh, it's we're so close to New York, but we're not New York.
Yeah.
Okay, but there is a lot of talent out here. I mean, you think of a lot of the world champions. Just on your end, Chad Dawson, Tremaine, Nate Green, guys growing up,
Yep.
Elvis Figueroa. We can go on with guys. Popeye. We can
Yep.
go on with throughout. These guys are major players. And you're fighting with them, coming up with them. You're the next generation. Let's switch a little bit and talk about your boxing and your style. Now, you fight at 135. This fight, you had to fight your way back to making weight and everything else. Where you're usually at? And tell everybody about your routine. Because everybody sees when all the training's over, you're getting ready to fight. They see you on fight night. They don't see what you're doing every day. They don't see you getting up at whatever time to run or when you're going to the gym. Tell us what your routine is, because every fighter is a little different on how they train and how they want to walk around with weight. But tell everybody how, what's your day like?
So during training camp, depending on what weight I am, I always try to lose weight real early because I want to be as comfortable as I am close to fight week or fight day, that I'm not mentally feeling drained or nothing.
Right.
So always that's one of my main goals, to lose weight as fast as possible. But I try to get my calisthenics and my strength and conditioning early. So I go to the gym around 5, 6 in the morning to LA Fitness, and I do all my running, do my push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, all my arm exercise, all my footwork and all that, my leg workout, pool exercises. I try to get all that out early. So by the time afternoon comes, before that I take a nap and all that, try to get as much rest as I
Right
could.
now, you're not working. Boxing is your job.
Yes, boxing is my job right now. So I go home, try to take a nap or so, handle my errands throughout the day.
Right.
And then by the time gym time comes, around 4 o'clock, it's all boxing, all technique. So by the time I get to the gym, that I don't have to focus on trying to rush my workouts to get everything done fast. Because my gym is only open from 4 to 8. Because coach has a regular job
Right.
also. So we open from certain time and close at a certain time. So I always try to knock those things out early. So by the time I get to the gym, it's straight boxing, hit the heavy bag, work on my angles, work on my speed, work on my power. And we real at our gym, like we real perfectionists. Like if it don't look right, if it don't feel right, we gonna keep drilling it, and until we get it right, until we feel comfortable with it. And depending on the opponent that we fighting, we'll study and we'll me and my coach and my team will sit down and talk about it, like what's the game plan. They'll ask me how I feel about it, and then I'll give them my thoughts on it, and they'll tell me what they think I should do, and then we just throw ideas and brainstorm, and then we'll come to a conclusion on how we're gonna fight this fight and how we're gonna go on moving forward. And we drill it every day. Every day we constantly drilling the same routine, same combination, same punches, same angles. So by the time fight night comes, it all comes natural to us. So that's really what we really do over there.
So right now, I know Carlos is, he's wearing a lot of hats. He works like the rest of us. We're working. We're in the gym. We're helping our fighters. But you're pretty much on your own. Going to the gym in the morning, you don't have anybody with you doing your strength. Nope. It's all you.
Yeah.
So you're the one who's got to drag yourself out of bed. You're the one who's got to get in there and get the work done. And I think what a lot of people don't understand in the early stages of boxing, all this work that goes in, not only from the coaches, but from your aspect, the fighter's aspect for this. Now you're only fighting 4 rounds.
Yes.
So all this work, 8 weeks in camp for 4 rounds. I think I keep saying it, people don't realize the work that is put in for this one fight. And, obviously as you progress in your career, your training is going to change a little bit when you start picking up rounds. Do you see yourself at 135? Who would you compare yourself to as a fighter? Whose style that you like or you've seen as fighters that you kind of emulate or take a little bit of this and say, yeah, I've seen, Gervonta Davis. I like a little bit of this, what he does, or, other fighters. Who was the guy that does it for you?
I study mostly everybody, not just in my weight class, lower weight class, higher weight class. I always feel like you could learn from anybody, people younger than me. Every boxer has something that the next boxer don't. I don't really try to imitate nobody. I always just try to fight the best way that I could fight. I always try to be me, be original, but I definitely take moves from definitely Gervonta, Pacquiao, the Ali, Pernell Whitaker, Ray Leonard, Mayweather, everybody. I always try to take all those things and build it into my craft, build it into my arsenal. And I don't want to really be like nobody, respect to all the greats, respect to all the fighters, but
100%.
I want to be me, and I want people to look at me like, hey, I want to be just like him, or I want to be better than him. You know what I'm saying? I want people to.
Yeah, you're creating your own canvas and everything. You're just taking a look and seeing what. Okay, I like that, but you're flipping it into your own style.
Yes.
Of what you want to put out there. What do you feel your strengths and weaknesses are right now as a fighter? Obviously, you're young in the game as a pro, not as a fighter because you got a great amateur background. But going into the pro game right now, what do you think your strengths are and your weaknesses, and where do you need to be better to be a high-level pro?
I feel like my strengths are, my speed, my angles, my IQ, and all that. I feel like that I have great cardio, and I feel like I can throw a lot of punches when I need to. I feel like my weakness is that sometimes I get too eager sometimes, and I overcommit sometimes, and I'm learning to that. I gotta pace myself a little bit more, place my punches at the right time. Not throw unnecessary punches. At the end of the day, professional and amateur is 2 different things. So it's not a race. It's not a race. It's a marathon with professional chess, not checkers. So being more relaxed in there, being more comfortable, and using my speed more, and really using my angles, because sometimes I sit there and I just try to show the next person that I'm just as tough as you, or even tougher, and I just want to sit there and I forget about, hey man, I got fast feet, I got great angles. Why am I sitting here with this dude when I know if I do this, he wouldn't be able to touch me? So I feel that's one of my weaknesses, just overcommitting and forgetting my skills sometimes. Like as far as feet work and all that.
So, obviously coming out of the amateurs, What did you see as a difference when you flipped the switch and you went into the pros? What did you feel? Wow, this is a big difference. Not really. How did you assess that?
It was a big difference. I remember when I first went pro, I just thought, smaller gloves, no headgear. But the atmosphere was really caught my attention at first, because just the lead up to the fight, the press conferences, the interviews, the weigh-ins, the day before, all the pressure leading up to the fight was different to me. Because at an amateur fight, you hear about, we about to fight this kid, like, okay, like, it's just another fight. But professionals is different, just the build up to the fight was different to me at first. So by the time I got into the ring for my first fight, the gloves are definitely a big difference also. I remember I got hit with a right hand to the body for the first time, and I felt it, and it felt like little rocks. I'm like, yo, this feels nothing like an amateur glove. So that caught me off guard. And just the experience after the fight also, just after winning or me coming out the ring and all that, everybody cheering, everybody autographs this, autographs that. I was just like, wow, like, this is so different from amateurs. Like, this is like really like big time, even though I'm not, up on the high caliber fighters yet, but it was just different from amateur to professional. Right. It was just so different. Just the whole experience was different. I feel like that's what really was, to me, like the big moment for me. Like, wow, like, this is so...
and obviously, look, your first fight's in Foxwoods Casino. You're not fighting in a smaller place. A good-sized crowd. You're fighting on a good show, and it's your pro debut. You're the first fight of the night. You're coming out. You got a big support out there, and obviously you want to do good, so you're nervous. And, as now fights, not to say as amateurs, fights don't have meanings. Fights have more meanings now.
Yeah.
As you go up the ladder, each fight is going to get difficult. Your opponents are going to get difficult. Your rounds are going to get more. They're obviously going to mean more money for you. So obviously winning is obviously going to put money in your pocket and, bring some more publicity to you as a fighter. You see yourself now, not to get ahead of the 23rd or anything like that, because we don't, as coaches and fighters, we don't want to look down the road and overstep somebody and think it's an easy fight. I don't know. So what are you guys looking at as a team? You and Carlos, what are you thinking at? Obviously, you want to fight the best fights out there that you can and show your talent. But after the 23rd, what's the plan? To get back in the ring fast, to take a little time, or?
Like I said, we've been away for a while, so after this fight, we're trying to get the ball rolling. We're trying to fight at least 2-3 more times, maybe 4 more times if we could this year. We're trying to fight as much as we can this year. Stay active, after this 4th round, we might do another 4th round, but after this fight or the next fight, we might just go up to 6 rounds, start taking more risks, start throwing my name out there a little bit more, trying to, not really fast-paced it, but start taking a little bit more risk after this fight and then maybe after the next fight, and then start moving up the rounds and all that.
Yeah, you're at that mid-level right now with 5 fights where, you still want to get your feet wet, get a little more experience, and then obviously if the right fights come along for you and they have meaning, you and your team will figure out if it's right fit for you and everything else. I think that's a great plan right there. Where do you see yourself shaking out in this 135 division? Obviously there's a lot of talent above you right now.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's a great division as far as exciting fighters. Do you feel yourself as the next generation at 135 as these guys start to, leave the division and maybe fight up at 40 and go up? Do you see yourself being one of those gatekeepers in the future at 35?
Absolutely. I feel like I have all the tools to hang with anybody in my division. Like you said, there's a lot of tough competition in this weight class. 135 is a real popular weight class right now. A lot of big-time Lomachenko, Shakur, Javante, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, the list goes on. But I feel like what I bring to the table is going to be different for a lot of people. Everybody always say that, but I'm real confident in my abilities and all that. And I feel like once I'm in top shape and once I hit that level and get the right experience before that time comes, I feel like that nobody could really beat me. I feel like nobody could like outclass me, outwork me, or outbox me. I feel like once I get into that level, I feel like I'm gonna bring a lot of difficulties to a lot of those fighters.
Yeah, like obviously, like look, knowing you and seeing you in the ring and your skill level, and not because you're here. And I've watched you as a young fighter working with our fighters, and I'm watching you evolve. Definitely a high skill level fighter right there, and it's going to be exciting to see you progress a little bit more now at the pro level. It's right there, I believe, for you. As a coach of working with fighters, seeing it, it's like, okay, stay the course. Right now, staying the course is tough at any level. How are you getting ready to fight? It's getting close, right? Anxiety's there. Haven't been in the ring in a while. How are you staying the course this last week? Because now it's Sunday. You're fighting Saturday night, right? You're right there, close to the weigh-in. It's all the hard work has come that you guys have put in, and now it's like, how are you going to finish up this week? Just kind of shake out, relax a little bit, getting ready, and then you break for obviously the weigh-in.
So, like I said, I've been on this diet for a little while, so I'm trying to do anything I could to speed up time, really. So I'm really trying to stay a little bit more busy as far as like my day-to-day, running my errands. I just had a daughter,
Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So taking care of her and definitely getting still my running in, my training in. But I'm trying to do as much as I can to speed up time. But by the time like Tuesday, Wednesday come, I'm more relaxed, making sure that I'm on weight, eating the right things at the right times, minimizing my drink amount and all that. And by the time fight night comes, I want to be as relaxed as possible, be comfortable going up there, not struggling, not feeling drained and all that. So definitely by like Tuesday, I'm more relaxed. But as of today, tomorrow, and maybe Tuesday morning, I'm trying to stay as busy as possible. Let's speed up time.
That anxiety. So during camp, what have you guys been working on? What is your game plan a little bit? Give us a little insight. You don't have to go through the whole thing, but kind of give us a little insight of what we can expect.
Yeah, you could definitely expect fireworks, a lot of speed, a lot of angles, I feel like a lot of people always see me like, hey, this kid, just fast. He's just always fast. And you get past his speed, like he don't got nothing. But March 23rd, you're going to see a whole new Lefty, a whole new different side of me that a lot of people ain't see, different power that people ain't see. Definitely speed going to be there. And my head movement is going to be incredible that day. Right. And my footwork is going to be relentless that day.
So do you think, I'm going to put you on the spot here, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions real quick, right? Do you think because you've been out of the ring now, you need to make a big statement Saturday night?
Absolutely. I feel like, being away for so long, a lot of people, I ain't going to say look down on me, but I feel like a lot of people forgot what I bring to the table. So for this fight, I wanna show everybody, not even to my families and friends, but
personally,
personally myself, that I still got what it takes to be that guy, and I'm still one of them top guys in Connecticut and in the region. You get what I'm saying? So March 23rd.
Are you looking for a knockout?
If it comes, of course. But
I asked you, are you looking for it? Do you feel that you got to knock the guy out to make the statement? Putting you right on the hot seat, Lefty. Come on. It's okay.
A knockout would definitely be great.
Right.
That's definitely my goal, is to knock him out. But I just want to look so polished. I want to look so fast that day. I just want to look like a person that been doing it for so long, right. Even though I've been away for a while.
You want to show your skills a little bit. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so the idea is
the knockout definitely...
the knockout's going to put the cherry on top of the ice cream right there. No question about it. So in that respect, what have you been working on in camp? More angles, more speed, power? How do you feel your power is right now being out of the ring? Obviously, right, you're close to weight, so how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel strong, I feel mentally strong. Like you said, I've been working a lot of speed, a lot of angle, so I feel tremendously fast. My footwork is real light, and my power is there. I feel real powerful. Like I'm gonna show a lot of people that day how strong I'm really am, and then they're gonna really think twice about like, oh, this kid don't got no power, or this kid just got only speed.
I think that's the misconception with you. I mean, the first time I saw you, obviously you were younger and your body wasn't as filled out as you were. And I remember you sparring up at Champs with one of our fighters, and you caught him with a body shot and put him down. And I was like, where the hell did that freaking shot come from? Because I always knew you were fast, and I always knew you as a very, high IQ fighter. But I think that misconception is going to go against somebody. Who have you been working with to kind of answer the question to say, I belong here? I know you've been working with some of Louis' guys, but, in New York, what other fighters that you have sparred with that maybe are a little more seasoned pros than you right now and you're working above your level? Tell us a little bit about who you've worked with.
I work with, not this training camp, but before this training camp, I worked with a lot of Tremaine Williams, midget. Right. I worked with a lot of Mike Kwan. I worked with Cordell Booker from Stanford. I had some guys come from New York.
So obviously, let's just 1 second before you go. So those three fighters are out of Connecticut right there. Mike Kwan Williams, Tremaine, midget, and Cordell Booker.
Yeah.
Probably right there, I'm going to say safely, almost 70 wins between those three guys, all ranked fighters in Connecticut, not New York. But go ahead. So some of the fighters out of New York that you were with.
I can't remember. This guy from Mass came with some professional fighter that he fight out of Top Rank, but I can't remember his name. But we had a good sparring session at the gym.
Was it Jermaine Ortiz?
No, it wasn't Jermaine. I can't remember his name because they said he was. I didn't know he was a professional at the time. They just told me that they was bringing him down. They had somebody to work with me, and come to find out he was a top ranked fighter. And I never really got to like politic with him too much, but that was a great sparring session that day. But we really just been working with those people from my gym. Anthony Nieves, shout out to him. Always mentally getting me right. I would definitely work with William Foster. We sparred once. He's a great fighter. We sparred with Felix this camp. Great fighter also. And we just been doing like sparring him, and keep switching it up.
Yeah, William Foster's getting ready to fight also. He's another good talent here in Connecticut, along with Felix Perea. Louis Rosa's guys. Shout out to them at Louis Rosa's.
Got a great team over there.
Yeah, great team up there.
Absolutely.
Another unheard of, people up there in the state of Connecticut that doing a great job. Let's switch to the gym a little bit. Now, you've been with Carlos at Ortiz Boxing, since you were 10. Obviously, he's running a nonprofit gym over there.
Yes.
Man works a full-time job. He is on the board right now at USA Boxing in Connecticut, trying to do some really great things over there. And obviously, you're a role model over there. These young kids over there, you're born and bred in Bridgeport, right out of that gym. You're the story. You're the real deal, right? You're not bullshit. You lived the life over there. These kids could look up to you. How does that make you feel? And what, obviously when you're in the gym, and what are you helping these young kids? Are you talking to them? Are you mentoring them? Because obviously you got a story that can help them. They look up to you now, and, you can tell them, hey, this is what I did. This is what I didn't do. This is what I should have did. How is that for you now? Is that helping to motivate you as a fighter?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I was younger, there was certain guys at our gym that was older, doing big things at the time, and I was always like, oh my, like I want to be just like him. Like he's that dude, And I always looked up to him. I always that would push me to be even greater, because I wanted to do everything that they was doing. And fortunately, some of the fighters, went different ways with life. So it's crazy how time changes. now I'm the older guy in the gym, and all these kids are doing the same thing that I used to do, and it amazes me because I'm like, wow, like I was in that position before. Like these kids look at me like, oh, this the guy right here, this the dude that they think I'm unbeatable, and it feels good that they have so much faith and so much hope into me, and I always try to drill in their heads, the ones that want to take it seriously, the ones that's pushing every day. I always try to judge them like take advantage of the opportunities now. Don't think that in a few years you'll still be in the same spot, or don't blow away an opportunity thinking that another one's gonna just come knocking at the door. I always made those mistakes. I blew a lot of opportunities when I was young. And I wish I could go back in time, but time is our worst enemy. And I always try to drill in their heads like, take advantage now. So by the time you get to my age or even older, that you could just sit back and enjoy yourself. You don't have to work twice as hard as I'm doing now. Take advantage of the support you got now, because Carlos, he busts his ass every day. He works a full-time job, and getting up real early in the morning, working 11, 12-hour shifts, and still making it to the gym on time to do all these rounds with us, taking us places, making sure that we got the right equipment, making sure he giving us the right sparring, the right fights, So I always tell him, like, take advantage of this now, because a lot of people don't have this, and a lot of gyms don't, operate how we operate. And I'm not downplaying no other gym, get what I'm saying?
No, listen, I get it, because we live it also. People, like we just said, people don't see it.
Yeah.
They don't see what we're doing. They don't see what you're doing. They don't see what Carlos is doing there. They don't realize, he has a family. You have family. Life is going on as we box. It still happens every day.
Yeah.
If you have children, or, maybe they're sick, maybe whatever the case may be, you're dealing with this adversity and getting ready to fight, or getting ready to train someone to get ready for a fight. So it is. Do you feel there's pressure now from, a lot of the younger kids looking up for you? Do you walk in and say, hey, obviously we talked about, you said you have something to prove to yourself and everybody else. You want to show that hey, I'm back. I'm better than ever. But now, walking into the gym when you're training, do you feel now I got to be a certain way, I got to act a certain way because I'm a role model?
Absolutely. I feel like I play a role into a lot of these kids' life, because, like you said, they look at me as a role model. So I feel responsible on the things I do, because they watch me every day at the gym, and a lot of them always tell me like they want to be just like me, they want to fight just like me. So, but when I get into the gym every day, I always try to show them that hard work and dedication is gonna get you to the place that you want to get to. So and it's crazy too that when I walk into the gym, I always realize that if I wasn't to box no more, if I was just sit here and just be like, I don't want to box no more, and just walk out the sport like just like that, I would let so many kids down in the gym, and I don't want to live with that in my heart. I don't want to live with that in my life for the rest of my life. Like, damn, I just walked out the gym and all these kids, like, I gave them hope, and I just showed them that, I could just walk away from it like nothing. So definitely a lot of pressure on my back, a lot of people depending on me, a lot of people investing their time into me, and I just want to show them that with anything in life, you could just continue doing what you're doing. And if you're doing it for the right reasons, blessings are always gonna come your way.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got obviously a great support system, and the belief in you, your story. People want to see someone succeed. That's why they believe in you. You do have talent. We're not taking nothing away from that, but they believe in you to succeed. And as a fighter, you got to have that drive in you. Forget about what they want, and it's great that they're supporting you. But if you don't have that drive, you're not going to be successful.
Absolutely.
If you don't have it in you and saying, yeah, I'm going to carry this on my back. And I think, that's what makes unique fighters. Because we know, you've been around, and there's tons of fighters, man. Some are just average, some are great, some are so-so, some everybody says, oh, he's going to be the next this one, and, in a year or two, he's gone. We don't see him anymore. The ones that destined to be great, that becomes a different story. your story is not only about you, but what you're bringing to that city, the support group for that, of the city of Bridgeport, your gym, these kids and everything else. So what are you telling these kids as you're working during the day? Because obviously you're a close-knit situation and they're talking to you. What are you telling them? What is your message to them?
What's my message? I always tell them that, like I said, like work hard now, stay dedicated and all that, and surround yourself with a great support team. Besides like the coach and all that and people from the gym, because, like you said, there'd be times that people in your head like always telling you, oh, you're going to be great, you're going to be great. But after you leave the gym, it's always important to surround yourself with people that want you to be successful just as bad as you want to be successful. I feel like a lot of people that, stop boxing, surround themselves with the wrong crowd, and they get clouded with the image or get clouded with their dreams, and think that one thing is better than what they doing now. So I feel like me telling them like, yo, when you leave the gym, surround yourself with people that want you to be great also. Like don't let nobody steer you the wrong direction. Don't surround yourself with people that, not doing something positive like you doing, I always tell them that. I feel like that was my main problem also. So I always try to think back of what my biggest mistake was growing up, and that was one of the biggest things, to surrounding myself with the wrong crowd, and made me miss opportunities, miss fights, miss tournaments, and miss meeting people, miss going to places that could better my career. And I was just surrounded with the wrong people, thinking that they wanted my best interest in life, and at the end of the day, they really didn't. So
Right.
outside of the gym, always surround yourself with people that wants you to be great also.
If you weren't boxing, what would you want to do?
Back then or as of now?
No, right now.
It's funny because it's not really like something that I really like want to do a career, but I really want to like learn how to cut hair. Like I was always passionate about that, like everything hands on. I always wanted to learn how to cut hair and all that. I like playing basketball, but I don't think that I'll be a basketball player now.
Right.
But definitely learn how to cut hair, and the goal is to carry on the gym legacy, and maybe open up my own gym one day, and start training kids, myself, also. But as of, if I wasn't boxing right now, I really haven't thought too much of it. I just been trying to stay focused.
In your career right now, focusing on that. Where do you see yourself in this division?
I see myself one of the pound for pounds, like one of the top gatekeepers, like you said, that when they talk about me, when these promoters talk about me, the interviewers talk about me, they always gonna be like, hey, this kid is one of the best kids in this division, that anybody that step in the ring with me, that they know that it's gonna be a great fight. I'm never gonna be a pushover to nobody. I'm never gonna just be, we're gonna beat this guy on to the next. Like anybody that step in the ring with me, they know I'm coming to fight, and it's always gonna be a tough fight with anybody that they throw my way.
So get a little bit this. Were we expecting a flashy outfit for this fight?
Flashy outfit?
What kind of style can we expect here coming out back? You're gonna make a splash. So.
Yeah, so I was supposed to come out with a certain outfit. It was supposed to be like sequence and all that.
Right.
But we was having trouble putting like the sponsors patches on all that. So truthfully, I don't even know, because the dude that's making the trunks, he said, yo, I got you. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be tough. So I really don't know what he's bringing to the table, which I'm excited to see. But I got some good shoes. I can't wait. I never seen nobody with them boxing boots before from this state, from what I seen. So I'm definitely excited to show those with the outfit, and I'm paying tribute to some of the fallen guys from our gym that unfortunately passed away, on a shirt and all that. Definitely excited to still bring them a part of my journey with me. It's gonna be a great night of boxing. It's gonna be a great night of boxing.
It's exciting to see, and to obviously see you back in the ring and start your journey back into this world of boxing again. And it's good to see our state being recognized a little bit here. Once again, I keep talking about it here, but Connecticut boxing is alive and well up here right now, and I think going forward, you're going to see a lot of talent. So obviously, how many people are you bringing to this fight?
Yo,
I know this week you're a local guy. You're fighting in Rhode Island, which is 2 hours away from Bridgeport, right? It's right up 95, so it's not. How are you maneuvering through that, or is Carlos handling all the bullshit for the last week, or are people hitting you up left and right? I need tickets. I need that. I know that could be a pain in the neck as a fighter getting closer to the fight. How are you maneuvering through that? Are you going into hiding in the next couple of days, or what?
So, Coach really be out there hustling for me most of the time. I have people that always hit me up. Like if I throw a video up on Facebook or something on social media, I have always people hit me up for tickets and all that. But most of the time, Coach is out there hustling for me. That's why I always, give him none but loyalty, because he don't have to do the things he's doing for me. He's out there every day calling people, posting, making flyers for me, making little tribute videos, little montage videos of me, just trying to get my name. Always pushing me, him and his wife, and it's just he really one of the dudes that really handle that. So I just try to stay focused on the boxing and all that.
So let's touch on that real quick. Now this generation, and I keep saying it because, look, I'm older than you guys and come from another generation. How do you feel now going forward after this fight? Do you feel that you need more social media interaction? Do you need to self-promote a little bit more? How are you going to handle that a little bit more for yourself?
Yeah, so I feel like social media is definitely the key as of right now. When I first went pro, social media was, active, but now that, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook is everybody's on it going crazy. So definitely gonna start trying to promote myself more on social media. Trying to get onto more interviews, trying to anything that
gonna help your career.
Yeah, I'm willing to do anything, because all publicity is good publicity for my career. So definitely gonna try to do more posts on social media and all that for sure.
All right, tell everybody where we can find you on social media.
You can find me on Facebook, Jacob Lefty Marerro. Instagram, same thing, Jacob Lefty Marerro. I don't really have no Twitter and all that, but those are the two main pages that I really use. I have TikTok, but I don't really use it like that. But after this fight, I'm gonna start using it more. But if you really want to see my face, if you really want to look into my career as far as right now, definitely my Facebook and Instagram for sure.
All right, obviously you're fighting out of Ortiz Boxing. On Instagram, Ortiz Boxing.
Yes.
You can see that there for you right there. Couple quick questions, kind of wrap it up here with you, that I kind of go through with everybody here. You get to be in a foxhole in a fight. Who you picking? Who's next to you?
Foxhole in the fight. Who's next to me? Definitely, like who I'm bringing with me?
Who you bringing with you?
Oh, definitely.
Dead or alive?
And my boy Anthony Nieves from my gym. That's my brother. That's my guy, man. He came a long way also, and to see him progress the way he is now.
So he's training really hard. Yeah. I've seen a lot of him, and I've seen him at a couple of the fights. He's putting in a lot of work there and has come a long way there. Shout out to him.
Definitely shout out to him. That's my brother, and I'm telling I'm you hearing it from me now. Once he makes professional debut and all that, I'll put any amount of money that anybody he fights, he's gonna win. He's gonna give anybody problems, because what he's bringing to the table and the way he presents himself is gonna be a eye catcher for everybody. So if I was going into the foxhole with anybody, I know I'm taking him.
He's
with
like
me.
an unkept secret right now.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you.
He's on the low right now, bringing it, right?
I'm telling you, man. Stay on the lookout for him. He next up.
All right. You get to pick 3 dinner guests, dead or alive. Who you going to dinner with? Or who are you going to have at a table and talk dinner with?
Definitely Ray Leonard. That's one of my idols in boxing. I always like the way he fight. Camacho. And definitely Mayweather, as far as business and all that. He's one of the highest paid boxers ever, and if he could if I could sit down, have dinner with him to get advice, you know, how to manage my career or how to manage money again to invest in properties and all that, and what to do after boxing, I would definitely love to have that conversation with him.
Right. 'Cause now you're a father, getting ready to fight, moving your career. We're going to see you March 23rd on Jimmy Birchfield's CES promotion at Twin River in Lincoln, Rhode Island.
Absolutely.
Bally's Casino, right?
Yep.
Look out for this young man right here. You're going to be talking about him. Keep a look on his career because we're going to have him back, and he's going to be moving through the ranks at 135 as a professional here. I want to thank everybody who's following and subscribing us. Go to Coach Dave CT on YouTube. Want to thank Out Foundation for the sweatshirt, Joe and Sue Ann for all your supplement needs, and Foundation Brookfield. Give them a look. Great people out there, and appreciate all you guys, and we'll see you on Coach's Corner.